Hello, everybody. So I just wanted to give a little bit more feedback on the Mucuna experiment, and I know I keep making videos back to back pretty much this year um, about it. It's just such a subtle but frequent change, and it becomes noticeable uh, very quickly. On Mucuna, you definitely realize a lot of people doing this experiment have beards. Um, I mean, I'm sorry, Carpo. I'm sorry, man, whatever that other guy I was watching was, and that one freaking Swedish guy. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like, is like supplements. Like, I mean, there was even one guy. He had this, he had like the wimpiest of beards, but it was still a beard, you know. It's like a few steps before my beard, like kind of stubbly coming out, definitely a dad who forgot to shave 3 days ago. Um, uh, it's definitely something I would suggest. It might even bring up some weird emotions. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm also into other supplements, to help with the vibes. It as far as emotional changes go, you definitely notice that as well, not just physical, because it does carry HGH, so it's like, and it's supposed to increase testosterone, and well, help with fertility in men, so of course it's gonna help with that. So of course some emotional changes are gonna happen, as far as that goes. But it's weird. It's more like you think about, say you're one of those people who just ponder about the past or something, it might make that a little bit more, not as depressing though, but more like happily motivational. It's like you think about it, it's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna make more of those days. And it might be weird. I mean, we gotta think about the other parts of this. Everybody doing the experiment, they're just doing it. They don't really know entirely. That might be something. Everything becomes motivational to you for some reason. It definitely helps out. I wonder if Mucuna could even help. Some of maybe as a treatment for serial killers or something. You're just so darn interested with life now. At this point, I'm like a month and maybe a couple weeks in on that Mucuna experiment, and it's like, geez, man, all bad thoughts are gone. Even the ones where you just kind of want to strangle somebody. You don't mean it. It's just one of those. Oh my gosh, you're so. That's what I've been saying. Those conversations. It's like you just and you can't really say some things out loud. You just gotta bite your tongue and hope you don't bleed. Uh, Extra protein. Ooh. I wonder if I'll still be squirming while it's going down, gushing blood, because it is like a muscle. It's gonna spasm intense and shiz. That'd be gross while you swallow it. It's moving. What I'm saying? It's weird. But, yeah, it just takes any bad thought, anything that you would consider bad, it just takes it away. I think, also it helps repair, damaged transmitters and stuff. It So it might even somewhat, it might at least be a treatment for serial killers, who allegedly have damaged frontal lobes. That, I don't know, it could be, you ever think, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those herbs where intent is the thing, it might enhance the evil, but, on this hand, it might decrease the evil. It could all be based on intent. Still, that, you know, it's something worth trying, you know, and even if there's a 50-50 chance it might enhance or decrease, you know, hey, you know, it's a thing that you can try, and if it enhances it, well, by the time you force them to take it, you know, they're already in custody, you know, just, you know, big whoop. I don't know, unless they self-medicate. Oops. But, you don't know, you know. I just thought I'd go over that, and I thought I was gonna go over something else, but I guess not. Yep. Might just deleted a lot more videos, so I might as well make an extra long video. It's like, geez, you know, everything seems so long now. It feels like I've been on for like 40 minutes, and before I would just like talk, 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 talk. When I was trying to do that fucking walkthrough on Wolfenstein that I keep fucking up, so. First, I was really good off camera, you know. It's like off camera, I'm beast, you know. Fucking no deaths, Uber, you know. Second, I put it on screen, you know. It's like, damn, now I'm dying. Fuck, you know. I don't know. I swear, you know, this rhino, man. That is a deep bowl, man. That is crazy deep. Look how deep this bowl is. It look at that. It just vanishes. That's how deep this bowl is. You know, from here to here. Like, don't worry about the dart, the needle part. From here, because that's where it slams down in the hole. And then here. Just gone. Like that. And then this one, it goes half full. It comes up to here. So from here up. So from like right here to just above that notch. So probably be about the depth of my nail. In fact, yeah, about the depth of my nail. And a half. And I just put my finger in there. But yeah, you know. That Mucuna, it's some weird stuff, you know, but it's some good stuff. All together, you know. You know, it's weird though, you know, you think about the past and it's like, I don't know. You know, it's weird, you always see videos of people doing illegal stuff, but it's like cops don't do anything about that. And then it's like the second they just kind of assume, you know, it's like you're arrested. It's like when you assume something after you just saw a video, you know, clearly, that's a little bit more than assumption at that point. That's proof, you know. Yeah. You know, I always like the spring season, you know, Easter time. And not just because that's my birthday, you know. Not in spring, well, yeah, March is my birthday. Really, I like that. Having to have the AC on a little bit, you know, mainly just the fan, you know. That you're starting to get popsicles, you know. That running outside, getting ready to jump in the pool feeling, you know. Not a big fan of the pool more than one time a year, literally. I go the only time I swim in the pool is like at my grandma's house in Connecticut that I go once a year. And then I only swim in it for like 2 days, 3 days maybe. Literally, I'll swim once a year. Almost literally one time a year. I'll dip in once and then that's it. I'm good for the rest of the year. I'm not talking, for a couple days, once a year, I'm talking once a year for like 15 minutes. Nah, I'll spend a little time in there. Maybe a couple hours. Because it's nice. I remember going on field trips where I could have stayed. Say we were going to like a field trip near a beach and we could have actually had our parents pick us up from the beach and we could have actually just stayed there. Would have. I mean, it was the end of the school day. By the time we got back, we would have been picked up by the bus. So it's like, you know what? Just assume their parents stop by the school and pick them up. If your parents show up, you can stay here. And then you would stay with your parents. I never did that. That was what the other kids did. You know how it is. Just don't have time. No money, really. And, yeah. There was this one girl, man, probably one of the only reasons I actually gave a damn about those field trips. Her name was China May, you know. God, what she would think of me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that guy. God, man, I need to. I usually shiver. I don't really cough anymore, but I get that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm ready. Um, but yeah. It was weird though, because at first I didn't think none of it. Andrew, my friend Andrew, always liked China May. I guess to get rid of suspicion of him and having him here, he would always be like, she's cute, huh? Could see you with her. I always thought, I always shrugged it off 'cause I'm thinking, maybe he likes her. I never even noticed her before. He likes her and he's probably just trying to, this is elementary school at the time. First grade. Wow, the type of shit that goes on in first grade, am I right? Drama wise? Holy shit. But no, it's like, you don't want to get, haha, you like her, nah, nah, nah. That's at that age. That's always been that age, really. But, type of drama we'll admit to home, you know what I'm saying? but, but no, it wasn't really till the fourth grade when I saw her again, for the first time we had Miss Cadley. She never gets madly or sadly, only gladly Miss Cadley. God, man, she was hot. She married some dude, John, construction worker. I'm a construction worker now. Oh, I'm a roofer. Yeah. In your face. I'm sure he does roofs too, which is what sucks. But no, it was really those 2 years it was fourth and fifth grade that really set that. Man, I think I'm in love with her. Then sixth grade, it was like, maybe I need to move on. We weren't even in the same wing. Fourth and fifth grade, we had the same teacher, and that's when we had, all the stuff taught by one teacher. You know what I'm saying? So, all of our classes taught by one teacher. You know how it is. And then I thought it was fate. Maybe now it's time to move on. I had that mentality. It's fate. It's word. Uh, it's wired. Yeah, it's rigged. It's wired, everybody. It's wired to be this way. It's rigged. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna say it's wired from now on, but it's gonna be spelt word. WYRD, wired. But it's pronounced word. Pagan tradition anyway. And I would say tradition instead of belief because it's more tradition than belief sometimes. Lately anyway. But so. But then it's like around seventh grade. It's you start to get that emotion going on. You're around. Let's see what seventh grade. I was probably let's see fifth grade. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? That's that. 11, 12, you got that immature part of that stage. Then you got the more sophisticated part. Uh, and then that's when I really thought, man, China May. It's kind of gross when you say it like that, saying it now, but it's like, whatever, It's a stage, it's whatever. Ash. I don't get that with any other bowl, really. But yeah, it's. Ew, ew, that's regular water. Regular water. Ew, ew, not Propel. But yeah, it's like, what about a girl even attracts you to him, right? I try to tell myself, at first I was never really serious about it because it's like, why do I like China May? It's one of those things you just do. I always had that vibe, and I'm thinking, the only other time I even noticed her was when Andrew would just be like, hey, there's China May. She looks cute, don't she? You should go out with her. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was like, he was trying to elude suspicion onto me or some other, and then it's like, that's like the only time I ever even paid attention to her in first grade. And then it's like, that's when you start to, you think, what attracts you to them in the first place? Not because of their looks, not because, do you just happen to look that away and be horny? What if you were thinking about someone and you overlook them? We go by our soulmate every day and then later we realize, holy crud, I shared classes with you? Man, I'm just now noticing you in college? Man, if I knew you were sitting behind me in third grade, I would have been going out with you instead of all them other hookers and whores. What? I mean, well, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what attracts you to them in the first place? But, a lot of my works, for those of y'all who do read my poems, um, all I can do is write of her for the most part, especially my early on workings. But I can't explain why I love her. I've always wanted to be with her, but why do I love her? Yes, she's beautiful. Yeah, I could point out characteristics of her eyes, her hair, her voice, her just the way she stands and looks and walks. The proportion of her body is even perfect to me. Eh, I could go on and actually go into detail how it makes me feel. In fact, I wrote one of my most awesome workings, Flower Dragon, which I'm not gonna say it's an inside joke in the dark sense of humor, but in the ironic sense. It's like it's more like a she would know. She would know. It's not a joke. It's like one of those illusions you throw in there. Like a little reference that only an esoteric would pick up on. So And then I even came out with a Flower Dragon Part 2. I know, right? Spoiler alert. Whoo! And then, I even have intentions a few years down the road for a Flower Dragon Part 3. I would like to build up some. Because Flower Dragon's usually my longest, and that's the only one that's really kept its name for part. Usually I'll have, part 2 of a poem, but the other poem's called something else. I may have in tiny print, what it's part 2 of, but it's usually a series that I just wrap together to where you obviously know it's a series. But, yeah. Uh, so, that's what you really gotta think about, everybody. When a girl asks, why do you love me? Yeah, you're gonna give her the usual response that gets an obvious emotion out of them for the good, in a good sense. But, well, it's because of your eyes and your hair, blah, 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 blah. But, in your head, in the back of your head, you better be thinking to yourself, yeah, why did I fall in love with you? Why did I finally see you, who just happened to be my soulmate? You know what I'm saying? By chance. Or was it wired? You know, wow, that rolls off very nicely, wired. Yeah. You know, like how did this happen? Really? Do I owe it to a friend? Hey man, if it wasn't for you, if that's the case, thank you, Andrew. I mean, you're the only one who actually first introduced me from in a sense of hyperopics. It's whatever. Uh, China May, just even to this day, since first grade. How old am I? Almost 20 something. Uh, that's like 9, 10 years. No, it'd be more than 10 years. Well, it'd be about 10 years. Third, fourth grade was really it. How old was I? Third, no, fourth or fifth. I was like what 10 and 11. That'd be like 8 years. Eight. Yeah, it'd be about 9, 10 years. That's about it. So, but if you're going from first grade, that's like Jesus Christ, 11, 12 years. Or 12, 13, whatever. It's like Jesus cried. Yeah, but still, I still gotta move on. Technique. I mean, I shouldn't say technique. Mentality, really. I still gotta move on mentality, but I keep it in mind. Ever since I've been taking the Mucuna, it's like she used to always be my motivation. That she is what made of my libido. My motivation. So and then the Mucuna just kind of recreates that. It rebuilds that. So like whatever I had built my motivation of then, that's pretty much my only starting point for my dopamine levels. After that, my dopamine levels just been shooting down, probably from all the soda. I don't know. But, because they're definitely a downer. You got to admit that. I mean, we can't deny that. But, the sugar, man, that just downs you. And the caffeine, we already know caffeine stunts your dopamine, man. But anyway, it's like, and that's like what it's reforming now, because that's what I saw as motivation. That was my only known thing. That's where my computers go when they reset and reboot everything up for the first time. That's my motivation that it had last stored. It's like, all right, well, this is what it worked then. I guess it'll have to work now. We don't got any other, to go by. So definitely been thinking about that more often. Keep that in mind. You might actually bring up some other emotions taking Mucuna, other memories that actually have subsided. Finally. But I definitely think I'm at a happier state. definitely at a more relaxed state. Um, I hope Mucuna helps y'all out as it helped me. Uh, grow out that beard, man. Clearly, man. You need a beard if you want Mucuna to work. The legend is you gotta have a beard. If you don't have a beard, first of all, you're too young to really be carrying that at that point, obviously, Around 13, 14 when you start growing your beard, man. 10 to 11 if you work on your mustache. That's not quite a beard, everybody. That's just a mustache. Don't get cocky now. But, once you're of age to grow a beard, try Mucuna. If, you still aren't satisfied with life, try some Mucuna. I think that would be an appropriate age. That's when you get all your other drama in anyway, and it's because of a lack of beard. You need your beard. It just helps you send off that glow, You gotta have a beard. Any old beard will do, unless it's pubic hair. Then you better pray you a sexy looking baby face, dude, because you ain't getting a woman any other way unless you got a beard. Or a fine ass, smooth, sexy looking baby face. So, I'm not homosexual, I'm just saying that's what you better be hearing women say to describe you to know if you got a chance or not. So, that's the key word, everybody. That's the go word. You better hurry up, man. Yeah, that window's only open for a few seconds till she finds a dude with a beard. You better hurry. Hustle, that's the go phrase, man. So, but Mucuna, China May. I'm single and ready to mingle unless Farah is open. You know what I'm saying, home slice? And a sense of emotional acceptance to us being boyfriend girlfriend, none of y'all's perversion open. Till next time.